Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico from the Creativity Cave, and I'm super excited to stamp with you today because I'm going to tackle a problem that I'm pretty sure you have all had at one time or another, and that is, I made this card, but I don't really like it, but I like it, but I don't really like it. Can you relate? So I made this card yesterday for a blog hop, and I like the card, but I don't like it. But I like it, so I wanted to make it better, and I'm going to show you what I hope you will agree is a better version of it. And if you like the card in the first place, that's fine, I get it. But after I made it, it wasn't quite right. So let me show you how I tackled this, and we're gonna have some fun along the way, of course. Okay, so here's my card, and I really like the card. It's pretty. It features the Beauty of Tomorrow bundle, which is part of the Blackberry Beauty suite of products in our holiday catalog. And I love the suite, like love, love, love the suite. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. So there is beautiful, beautiful printed paper. Of course, the bundle. There's some gold shimmer vellum. There's the Blackberry Beauty ephemera pack. There's some gold ribbon. It's just stunning stuff. I really like it. But I made this card, and while I think it's a pretty great card, it just didn't quite look right. And especially once I put it on my blog, I thought it just looks dirty. I sponged some cinnamon cider on here and just didn't like how it turned out. So let me show you how I put this together and how I altered it to make it look better. Okay. And again, I do like it, but it's just not quite right. So I hope that my new version of it is going to be a lot better and that you guys are going to like it. So let me know what you think. We're going to start by the fact that I die cut some leaves to make a wreath. So I took some of that beautiful DSP I mentioned, the Blackberry Beauty DSP, and die cut myself 5 of the large oak leaves. And then there's little leaves. Oh, maybe I need a couple more of these that I die cut with some gold paper. This is let's see, I want to get the name right. It's gold and rose gold specialty paper. It's really cool stuff. And like I said, I die cut the smaller dies. So this is the big one, and then there's 3 smaller ones, and they're each a little different size. So I die cut those with that gold paper. And then we're going to arrange it into a wreath. So I'm going to quick grab a couple more of these in the gold, and then we'll come back and make this wreath. Okay, so I've got a couple more. Now the gold and rose gold metallic specialty paper is this. It's really pretty stuff. And you get half a pack of gold and half a pack of rose gold. So there's lots that you can do with it. By the way, this card was amazing for using up those weird random scraps that you can't throw away, but you have to keep. But now we have a use for them. Okay, so one of the things that I think I don't like about this is that my wreath isn't completely circular. And so we're going to tackle that problem. The other thing is I think that this color wasn't maybe quite right, the vanilla. I really wanted the wreath to pop out on my card, but I don't think that I don't know. I just didn't like the look of the vanilla, especially after I sponged the corners with some cinnamon cider ink. So we'll fix that as well. So to start with, I did emboss a panel of cinnamon cider cardstock. So we're going to use that instead of the vanilla. I also have a circle. This is just one I happen to have left over. This is a die cut circle, probably, a little over 2.5 inches is my guess. It's from the layering circles, probably the second to largest size. And I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to pencil this circle on here and use that as a guide for arranging my wreath. That way it's not going to be kind of lopsided and goofy. In fact, when I made this card, can I even see that? When I made this card originally, I it was lopsided and I had to move it over. So this will help that. Okay, there, I can see that a little better. So having a pencil and a guide is a good thing. Okay, now I'm going to start by just adhering these pieces down. You can use glue dots or whatever kind of adhesive works best for you. I kind of like glue dots myself because they're just so easy. And I just want this to kind of fit on my circle. And I'm not going to push these down too hard. I'm just going to more kind of set them on the circle, because if I need to adjust the position of any of them, it's pretty easy to do that if you haven't kind of smushed it into your cardstock yet. So I hope this video will kind of give you a little bit of encouragement that when you have a card you don't like, that you can kind of come back to it and rework it. Now, one of my other tips for this is I left this sit overnight. So I made this card yesterday and it is the next morning, and I came back to it to kind of revisit and see what we could do with it, and having some time away from it helps. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't if you try and keep at it and you just can't come up with something better, as you're working. Now, as you can see, this isn't exactly how I want, so I'm going to pull this up and reposition just so that these are a little bit more evenly spaced. Okay, I'm not like doing a ton, but just a little bit. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Then I'm going to take my leaves and put these in, my gold leaves. Now there's gold shimmer vellum that's part of the suite, but it wasn't quite the right thing for this. So that's why I chose this. Because of the vellum aspect, it was see-through. I chose to do the gold paper instead, the specialty paper. Again, notice I'm just kind of setting these in here. I'm not sticking them down permanently yet. Yeah, so that's why I chose this paper, because it was thicker and not see-through, because with the overlapping I didn't really want that effect. Okay, so I'm already liking this better. I think it's gonna be good. Put one more leaf in there, and then another little touch that I had was I put, yeah, that looks pretty good. I put a bow on here with some vanilla twine. And this is from the, what is it from? Well, oh, here. It was just under my cardstock. This is from the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. So I used the vanilla version of this, and I still think I can use that. In fact, I think it's going to look even better. But I think what I'm going to do this time is do a double length of it, so there's just a little bit more substance to it, because it kind of disappears on this busy wreath. Okay, so we'll just cut a double length, and then go ahead and put these two together, tie a little bow. So I wanted the ends to not be even, so I kind of offset them a little. And kind of work with our bow till we like how it looks. Oh yeah, I already like this better because I can kind of see it more. Okay, so I'm going to add that to my card, and oh, yep, already like that better. So that's good. I think it's a good testament to don't give up on an idea you know you like. Maybe it's just not quite perfect yet. Okay, so that looks fabulous. All right, now one thing I did do is I added a little sponging on the edges, and I still think that's a good idea. So let's just grab a scrap of paper here. And here it is. We're gonna sponge on the edges of this with some Cinnamon Cider ink. So I've got, you can use a sponge. I've got my blending brush. Either one will work. And we're just gonna kind of add some color on there like so. And I think that just makes it look a little more rich, which is kind of what I was going for before. It just didn't come across that way. And we'll do it up here. I'm being pretty careful not to get it on my DSP, but just on the edges of the cardstock like that. Ooh, I really like that. That to me looks kind of fall. In fact, I might even continue it around the whole piece because I like it so much. And in this case, cinnamon cider on cinnamon cider doesn't look dirty. It looks festive or fitting. Okay. So there we go. Now we've got it all around the edges, and I think that looks awesome. Okay, I did embellish this with some gold gilded gems, and I will do the same because I did like the look of those. That was something I did like on this card. And let's see. There we go. I'll take my take your pick tool. And I always, whenever I start, I like to give it a squeeze and then loosen it so it doesn't come oozing out. And we're going to take and put some small and some medium ones in here. So we'll do small and then kind of alternate even. And I'm going to alternate putting them on the inside and the outside of my wreath. And I think that part looks good as well. You don't want to stray too far out of the wreath, just to kind of keep things nice. And odd numbers look good. But we're going to put even numbers down because I think actually this one should go here. And we'll stick that one in there. Okay, that looks good. Actually, we're not going to use this one because I'm going to put my sentiment right there, so then it won't even show. Okay, so there we have it. Now, let's layer this up a little bit. So I've got, here's another place where I changed things, and I'll show you kind of my process. I started with this layer, and then I added a layer of Rich Razzleberry, which is what I had on here as a layer of Rich Razzleberry. And I really liked that. I thought it looked good. So then I thought, okay, maybe we put the vanilla here. And then I was like, oh, nope. And I think the problem is there's really no vanilla in any of these pieces, and that's why it didn't work. Okay, so then I grabbed a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and I liked the look of that. So we're going to take the Blackberry layer and give this a good crease with our bone folder. And we'll adhere these two layers together. And I think I'll pop that up because nothing on here is popped up yet. And it really wouldn't be a card that I made without a layer popped up somewhere. Okay. So we'll put that down. All right. Okay. And then having this pop up off of the card, I think, is another thing that just makes it look nice. So I'm liking, I think this looks really rich and nice and fall-like. Okay, I also have a scrap of cinnamon cider. Now this is left over because I'm going to put a 4 by 5¼ inch piece of cinnamon cider on the inside of my card as well. And I'll use this strip for my sentiment. And I just wanted you to know that I got this from cutting this piece down. So this was just like a little leftover, which turns out it's a bonus. So it's all perfect. And I will stamp that in Rich Razzleberry ink on my cinnamon cider panel. Ooh. Here we go. And the sentiment is, I'm here for you, which is very nice. I love that sentiment. I'm going to take my Pick a Banner punch and just punch this end like so, and then I'll trim this off. Okay, now I'm going to kind of curl this a little bit so that it'll fit on my card kind of like this, and I can even kind of poof the bow over the top, and oh, this looks fantastic. I love it. Okay, so I want to put a dimensional on here. Actually, I'm going to put 2 underneath the spot to kind of take up that thickness, and then I will put adhesive directly right here to adhere it to my card in this spot. There we go. And now you can see we did not need that extra gem, but doesn't that look so much better? Oh, okay, but we're not done. So on here, I also wanted to take and do a little fancying of things. So I die cut a part of, this is one of the dies that comes in this bundle, and I die cut part of it off of a scrap of vellum cardstock. The reason I chose vellum is because it will hold up and I can use this over and over. Okay, so what I want to do is kind of stick this on here in the corner and do some sponging. Okay, so I'm just going to sponge all over this piece, including all the way to the corner, because there are lovely little intricate areas we want to make sure get sponged. Okay. Get a little bit more ink. And sometimes it kind of works best to sponge from the bottom out on these kind of flyaway pieces. Okay, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It just adds a nice little touch. And then it kind of goes with the sponging we did on the front too. By the way, I actually did try to do this a little bit on here. You can kind of see it. But it didn't really show up very well. And then it moved on me, so I couldn't kind of put it back again and try. So I kind of gave up on that. All right, so that looks really great. Now I'm going to change up a little bit of what I was doing earlier. And I'm going to take, it says, I'm here for you. And then I'm going to put on the inside, I know this is a difficult day. So I think that's a good sentiment. I had originally put the changing leaves, blah, blah, blah. But I didn't think that really felt right with the tone of the I'm here with you sentiment part. So I'm changing this part as well. And I'm just going to stamp this in some Rich Razzleberry. Okay. All right. So we're going to put this on the inside of our card, and I think I've improved all of it. I hope that you guys like the changes that I made and like the difference. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, the vanilla or the cinnamon, or you can call it the old one and the new one. I really like the new one a lot better, and I think it turned out great. So the moral of the story is don't give up on your card. Look at it again, compare and contrast maybe different colors of the cardstock, play with different layers to see which one looks best before you kind of commit to the final version. And just like I said, give yourself a break in between not liking it and coming back and reworking it, because sometimes that break really helps your mental block come undone. So now the good news is this goes along with the Blackberry Beauty Suite. I have an amazing all-star tutorial bundle that you can get for free from me when you spend $50 in my Stampin' Up! Store, or you can purchase it for $15. I will put links to all that in the description of this video, and this is available to purchase anytime, but the free tutorial is available all month long, all October of of 2021. Thank you guys so much for stamping with me. If you could give me a thumbs up and a subscribe to my channel, that would really help. And of course, if you need to purchase any of these supplies, your business would be so greatly appreciated. It helps me continue to bring awesome videos just like this one to you each week. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.